What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Chop Sports Daily, coming to you live from the Flipping Made Easy studio right here in beautiful, disgustingly hot Matawan, New Jersey. Not to be confused with Colts Neck. We'll get into that in a second. It is Sturch. It is Gooch in the house today. We also have, obviously, as always, Rob, the producer, and for the first time ever in the history of Chop Sports' long 1.5 years of business, we have not one but two interns in the house. Is that the first? Like, did we ever have Pete and AJ here at the same time?
They met, but when Pete came back to visit,
like in crossing, almost like, you know, like they stared each other down, like, oh, you're the new guy.
Yeah.
All right.
It was
There was
an awkward, tense moment for like a minute, but Pete's a cool guy, so he got over it.
All right. Well, in any event, we do have Nick here on his day 2. He has not quit. He has not left us yet, so that's a plus. He is wearing a Devil shirt today, which is not a plus, especially on a Rangers game night. And, of course, introducing Madison Palumbo. Ladies and gentlemen, our first ever female chop athlete is now our first ever female intern. So congratulations to you. She did not go to the right place to start the day. She blew right by us, went right to Colts Neck. And yeah, so if you're hearing that for the first time, Mom, Dad, she did not put the right address in the GUPS.
What's in Colts Neck?
I don't know. Yeah, what is the, like, is there a building? Like, what was it?
Is there like
There's nothing there? There was just nothing there. So there was nothing. She pulls up to a building. She's like, this ain't right. This, none of this seems right. So she's here for her first day. We're happy to have them both rocking in the show and learning all the goods and the ins and outs of Chop Sports. If you want to support us, you should by doing so and heading on over to patreon.com/Chop Sports. You can do so by hitting over the Dynasty members, because you $10 people are going to get some behind the scenes action starting very, very soon with Madison and Nick helping us out in that regard. Also, I want to welcome back Pistol Pete. Production Pete is back in the realm of things. He will be doing a lot of our edits. We got a meeting with him tomorrow. He says, I do watch from time to time. I said, what kind of friend are you? Like, watch every day. Anyway, so patreon.com is the way to support the show. Yeah, so if you're watching this on YouTube, I know this is like hard for you guys, and I'm not really sure how else to say it in multiple different languages. Like the video, just done.
And you have to start saying it like 30 times throughout.
Oh, I'm gonna. Usually I have Ashley in the comments to kind of remind me, like, oh yeah, but I'm gonna have to like really like zero in and narrow down on some of that stuff. Because
speaking of Ashley, go over, check out her new website. Ashmere Fit got launched yesterday.
Yeah, it's very excited.
Of you, happy about that. It's basically she's a certified personal trainer, and then she's also a PR. She does PR, and she has all her blogs on there. So definitely go check out ashmerefit.com, and congratulations to her. I'm gonna website launch.
Steal a line out of Jimmy Palumbo here and say it's a cute little website. You know,
it really is. She's got all the stuff together well.
Head on over. Oh, gee, I wonder who built that thing.
And it's Steve Aspara.
SteveAspara.com. There it is. So Steve Aspara built ashmerefit.com. I'm very surprised that wasn't taken. I'm kidding. That's an easy name to just kind of bing.com. You're good to go. So go check out that as well.
Also, if you're looking to get in shape online, hit up ashmerefit.com, because she's doing little online personal training.
She's not going to lift more than me.
Dave, get in shape. Get in shape.
What does that mean?
Right? So
to you,
get in shape. Do you think that the clients that Ashley would be going after are like looking to bench? No, she's going to do like
some
hit workouts, you know, like high intensity interval training.
Wow, look at you. You've learned.
Somebody
you read the book outside.
I know.
Good job, bro. Proud of you.
Read the book. That's actually her book.
I believe it. Right? When I saw it, I'm like, well, this isn't Chris's. So that's that. Anyway, so yes, congratulations to Ash. Like the video on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. The first time you're watching us, we do a live show each and every day, Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock. And guess what? If you miss it, it's there forever. So you can go and check it out whenever you want. That's that. Also, June the 26th, ladies and gents, come on out and party with Chop Sports. By the way, it's now a requirement for both of you to be there. So clear your calendars. Madison's gonna be like, but wait, I have this plan. Like, now you are canceling your plans and you're coming out to the first annual Chop Sports Barbecue, June the 26th, 1 o'clock to 6 o'clock, Merrill Park, Island, New Jersey, which is just about 15 minutes, 20 minutes up the road from the studio. To sign up, email, please, chopsports.events@gmail.com. There is a Facebook group. You can go check that out as well and say that you're going. So at least we got a little bit of a head count, know how much beer I'm going to drink, and then everybody else.
On things this week, hone in on everything and readdress the public and get everybody that's talking about coming to actually sign up, because there's a lot of banter amongst the people, but there is no official sign.
There's the thread of the day from Ashley. If you don't email, you're not going.
There you go. Look, that's what
Ashley
that's what I want to hear.
Our events coordinator, really, she's been helping out a lot with this. So definitely shoot an email to that email to RSVP. But again, I told my parents and like a couple other people, I'm like, you don't have to.
So no.
They should.
They don't have to. But what you
like
should
my
do
bonus
is,
mom might bring
if there's anybody that you are accounting for, you per se, right, or me, then you send an email with a list. This way, it's easier. Just make it easy.
Okay.
With what's in it.
I guess I'll send an email. I got an email. We got it. We'll do it. All right. So yeah.
Otherwise, you're not fucking going.
I can't go to my own party. That's fine. You know who also isn't going?
The cops.
Bo Callahan. See, that was just a play on the draft day. Do you ever see draft day? Do you like it? Here we go. You ever see draft day, Madison? Right. Well, you ever see Ladybugs? She's too young for that. It was a soccer movie.
That it wasn't called Ladybugs, the movie.
Yeah, it was.
With Roger Dangerfield?
Yeah.
I don't think the movie was called
All's on Fire.
Yeah, What's it called, Ladybugs?
Yeah. With that dude.
I've seen the movie a million times.
That kid is dead,
a good
actually.
Movie.
That kid died.
We can start the show off on a good.
Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah.
Which kid?
The guy who dressed up like a chick to play in the women's soccer game. That
was an old movie.
He was like a heartthrob back in the
movie.
90s.
Yeah.
Everybody had a poster.
Jump his bones, baby.
I had a poster too.
The Bop magazine. What was that magazine we used to get?
Teen Bop.
That was it, right?
Hold on.
Hold on a second.
There's instant credibility lost.
Chris
here.
is very. Never mind. I'm not going to shit on Chris today. Your sister wasn't getting the Teen Pop magazines at the house.
She was. No, you're right.
Okay.
You're right.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas, Johnny Depp, before the Amber Heard stuff, before the pooping on beds.
You're talking about like 21 Jump Street.
Johnny coming in saying that Madison is officially a Sandlot girl. So I guess you're a Sandlot fan? She's seen Sandlot. So that's not really a Sandlot girl per se. If you know how to if you memorize the lines, that's another thing. Like I have a million times for no reason whatsoever. It gets me nowhere in life, but it's
another movie that I think is highly overrated, but we're not going to get into
it. I agree.
We're not going to get into this. We're not going to get into this.
I agree.
We'll talk after. Maybe we'll do some behind the scenes shit, or I could talk. We could have a whole episode.
I used to rent Sandlot from the Ford's library every day. Every day they'd be like, Dave, it's another late fee. I'm like, I don't care. I got to find out what happens to the beast, but I know what happens to the beast. Good Lord. Uncle Chris, cousin Dave, nephew Rob. It's like, fuck, what is this? Full House? Anyway, guess what? There's sports to talk about as I spit everywhere. Thor made his triumphant return yesterday to the New York area.
How'd that go for him?
And he got sparked by the Yankees. Nice job, Thor, coming on back after all that shit you've been talking too, which is kind of crazy. Yankees win.
You think Thor's talking shit, or you think he's just having fun? I think he's got some things going on with his team.
I think it ended. I think it ended poorly.
I think there's a really good chance Thor is a Met again next year.
Since he started talking bad, though, they're on
love him on the Yankees.
They're on like a 6-game losing streak. The Angels, since he made that comment.
And I didn't see it, but I think Ohtani got robbed too, big by Judge.
Did you hear that stat? Me and Crystal about this morning. So Judge has so far this season taken away 8 home runs, like robbed.
I don't know if it's home runs or 8 runs that he
it says
took away. Because if he robbed 8 home runs, then he's
robbed 8 home runs. It was on ESPN this morning.
Willie Mays type shit, right?
It was on ESPN this morning. He's robbed 8 home runs.
You hit like a normal fly ball and Judge is just standing there. It could be considered a home run.
Maybe, yeah, I guess.
No, I know what you're talking about. But
wow, there it is. Here come all the quotes. Bailey coming in. Chris is an L7 weenie. Do you know what that is?
A fly out.
Square. Kids, a square.
L7. I know.
Anyway,
I know. I have seen Sandlot just because the movie sucks.
I knew the bezel, the
it
pipe. It's pinch shut. Anyway, I can go on and on for
what
that.
Else was I gonna say?
But anyway, Thor got rocked, as we were saying before.
Thor will be a Met next year.
I hope he's a Yankee.
Small chance.
I could take him as a fourth, fifth pitcher. Why the hell not? I would take a shot, flyer on that. Absolutely.
He only signed a 1-year deal, right? To go out there?
Yeah, 1 year.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was 1 year. Yeah, 1-year deal.
Is it like arbitration?
Or no, it was just a 1 year prove it deal. And the way that
he's proven it right.
he signed before the lockout too.
Yeah.
So he's been signed. I would say, typically you're going to see 1 year deals with a shortened offseason, but he had his deal in place. The Mets offered him, I think, $3 million less, which I think was a pretty fair offer.
Coming off
you can't blame the guy for taking.
Do you think he was not only chasing the money, the $3 million? It was only $3 million difference, and he chose LA.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe he thought LA had better aspirations.
Everybody thinks. I mean, LA is not a.
When you say $3 million, like that's a lot of money. So $3 million over 1 year, that's a lot of fucking money. He might never pitch again.
In the grand scheme of things, it's really
but
not.
He's coming off of serious injuries.
1 year,
20.2 according to Rube.
Right,
By the way, shout out to Rube getting shouts outs and WFAN spots and stuff. He's clearing it up over there.
But I don't think that $3 million is anything to scoff at, especially coming off of an injury where you were looking at potential, maybe never pitching again. I know that was never in his head, but you always have to have that underlying thing. It's like, when are teams going to give up on me because of my injuries? You take the most money possible.
And because of that, the Mets got a 3rd round pick for picking the Angels. Stevie Mack, good morning, my friend. Thor also basically said he was coming back to the Mets before signing with the Angels. So maybe he actually went out and said,
I don't think there's any real beef between him and the Mets.
I don't see that. But again, he was in the Wilpon era, so there's a lot of bitter former Mets.
Let's be real. I said this when it happened. They dodged the bullet, because would they have gone after Max?
Maybe not.
I don't know.
With that dollar value going, maybe they would, because of the way.
I mean, it's a good,
the way this guy's spending money.
But then you also look at the Bassett thing. Would they have had Bassett? Because he's cheaper than 20
imagine
million.
having all 4.
Yeah.
Kidding me? They wouldn't have all 4 because that initiated the move.
Maybe
if they had Thor, they're not looking to make the move on Bassett. I think that worked out personally.
So how do you think, also, speaking of working out, do you think it's going to be working out for Derek Jeter on social media? Did you see this nonsense? Did you see Scoop write to him like he's like, Stan, dear Slim, I wrote you, but you still ain't called.
Obviously, I know that Kyle, and it was hilarious that Kyle brought it up into the group chat at like 3 a.m. and we all woke up. I kind of saw it in real time. I don't know how I was up at that time, but
was up with
it was definitely in jest. Scoop wasn't actually standing on Derek Jeter.
But it's amazing.
It's a grind. Keep training. It's Twitter.
It is.
So we don't have to train for it.
We're about to find out how thick Derek Jeter's skin is, because the people on Twitter and Instagram, they will roast you. Also, shout out to those. And I said this as I walked in today. I was talking to you in pre. You got to be a special individual to make up a fake account and pretend you're somebody else. That is like borderline cynical.
Well, there's a million people.
I know.
It's nuts, though.
But like, I got a follow from a friend I thought was a friend today. I was like, oh, that's cool. She followed me, and I know her. I'll respond. And it's like completely different, like just a totally different person.
You have to look at like their followers,
right, dude? It's like, what's wrong with you people?
It's crazy.
Madison, anybody ever create a fake account
to be you?
But yeah, see,
yeah, it happens a lot,
bro.
It's
happened to me once, but I'm not that cool. But I was just like, I don't know who wants to be me, but I again, sometimes. But anyway, Jeter joined social media. Also to note, just announced right before the show, John Madden will be on the cover of Madden 23. So that's justifiably so. John Madden returns to the cover of Madden. So all you Madden heads out there who collect the game or play the game, I think I'm probably going to get back involved with the game this year. I don't know when the hell I'm going to play it, but I don't even have a PS5. I feel like I'm way behind yeah, anybody got a PS5 here? You do. Son of a bitch.
I had an Xbox. I think my old roommate still has it.
I think my dad still has an Xbox in his the closet, and I keep telling him I want that for the studio. He's like, oh no, it was
Honestly,
free.
I had an Xbox. I never played
for the
Madden.
kids. I'm like, the kids aren't
2K.
playing Xbox.
I don't like hockey, but the only game I played on Xbox was hockey.
So
NHL?
Weird. Yeah. It's the only game I could play. It's the best sports game by far.
I will ask you a trivia question. Madden hasn't been on the cover since 2000. Who was on 2001?
Michael Vick. Now, was he even in the league yet?
Ooh, I think that's right.
Nah, Vic was
or was
04.
it? Or what?
Vic
No.
was
2001 was Ray Lewis, I think.
I'll tell you right now.
I'm just curious. I love Madden covers. I was like fascinated by who they brought.
Completely.
I think it's Eddie George. I could be wrong.
Eddie George was
wrong.
Ooh, it could have been Eddie George too. So amazing.
Eddie George.
Damn, nice.
I'm a nerd.
But it was. I think it was after that. It was Vic, Ray Lewis.
Vic was 04, I think.
But Vic was a cheat code. You couldn't even play with that guy. It wasn't even fair. Well, you just
Vic
scramble
was 04.
around.
You had when those years like 04, you had to play with like the Vikings because they had Dante Culpepper. You could play with the Browns. The Browns because they had Seneca Wallace, so you'd put him in, but his speed was like an 80, so you'd run around with
Basically
him.
Says on Madden, you just have to play with a black quarterback, and you'll be able to just scramble all day. It was the truth, though.
Seneca Wallace was like one of 4 quarterbacks to make a start for Green Bay in the last 35 years.
His speed in Madden
don't forget
was crazy.
About Matt Flynn, my guy.
No,
Matt Flynn.
104.
Oh, 104. Okay.
Scott
Vic was 2004.
Scott Tolzien, Brett Hunt.
Huntley, yeah, that's right. Anyway, so congratulations to John Madden and the legacy that is John Madden football. I'm excited to see that. I got to get myself a PS5 because I don't want to play on PS4. You know, like you don't want to be that guy. I'm not that guy. You know, like I'll play on PS4.
Go get a PS5 to play it 3 times in your whole life.
Put it right in the lobby. And while we got the interns working,
then I'm
going
on board.
to play.
Get it. Get a PS5, definitely. It's going here. I'll play it. Now I get to play it 2 times in my whole life.
There you go. So anyway, all right. So I specifically wear the Let's Rage shirt
Scoop.
today.
Scoop, right?
What was Scoop say?
I don't really want to pull it up, but you could
don't
pull
it up. Jesus, Scoop, you're a
I mean,
he's rough. He's such a rough human being.
well played, Steve.
I mean,
Just gonna call it like it is.
We all thought it.
I
You said it like an idiot. Anyway, so, and I'm not even gonna bring it up. So you won't even hear it on the air. If you want it, you have to go listen or watch the show. So anyway, I wore the Let's Rage shirt today because it is time to rage again. The New York Rangers, not the Ragers, the Rangers will be taking the ice at the Garden tonight, 8 o'clock, ESPN, which, by the way, sucks ass at hockey coverage. They're terrible. I hate it. But again, they're there, and it's time to rock and roll because, and I know for a fact Rube will be there. So Rube, just gonna toss it out there now. All right, game 2, game 5. God, I'm like a scalper on the other. Who got tickets? Who's got tickets? James, got tickets?
Back to the Garden, bro. I don't know, man. 4 games is looking pretty likely. No, I'm kidding. I have no clue. They have both have good goalies. Cool.
They both have great goalies.
What's Tampa Bay doing on the road this year or in this postseason?
Well, they played the Rangers.
They
3
haven't
times.
lost the postseason.
I don't take too much.
They've won 10 straight series, going back like 2 years in a row now.
Yeah, because they've won 2 back-to-back titles.
But like this year, obviously their goalie's playing well.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, no, he's playing great. Well, I will say I'm
series.
surrounded by Devils fans, by the way. It's like I like. All right, so on a personal note, Madison, are you going to be like disappointed if the Rangers win, or are you like pulling for all your Ranger fan friends? She's all right. She wants to root for New York, but she's finding it a hard time to do so. By the way, Madison wants to be a sideline reporter, so we're going to get her on camera soon enough on the mic. So that's stuff that we're going to work on with her. Don't forget about Peyton Hillis being on Madden the 4 months he was good.
That's true,
dude. I got that cover and I was like, why is this happening? That's such a funny thing.
He got paid for it, so
Yeah. So like I said, the Rangers start tonight. By the way, anybody catch the Avalanche
I did.
dropping an 8 spot last night? What is that?
They were blowing them out. And
But wait.
Edmonton had to come back.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not a big West Coast hockey guy. I'm a Rangers, focus on the East, don't know a lot about the West. I'll be fully transparent. Do the goalies suck? Like, are both goalies shit? Go ahead. Answer me on that one, Nick.
All right. So pretty much the Colorado's goalie last year was Philip Grubauer. He was not very good.
But they're there.
Yeah.
Did they change goalies?
Yeah, they signed Darcy Kemper. They traded for Darcy Kemper from Arizona.
They have Arizona has a hockey team, by the way.
that will be playing at ASU now.
Are they the Coyotes?
Yes.
Coyotes, yeah. Phoenix. Who won 6 games? They're saying, all right, so she's saying Phoenix sucks.
Oh, yeah,
Go ahead.
Phoenix does suck. Well, Edmonton's goalie is 40 years old, so I'd go with Colorado's goalie.
What's wrong with that?
So is he.
Nothing. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing
Oh,
wrong
man.
with that. But
Boom.
That's funny.
so Edmonton does not have the goalie. Edmonton also does not have the defense. So I was expecting Colorado to put up numbers.
Now,
So
would you
that's
make
funny.
a fair assessment and saying whoever wins the East has a good goddamn chance, considering?
What? I'm not gonna lie to him. I'd say they do,
Goalie is
But
everything.
but the only problem is you have to either stop McDavid and Draisaitl,
McDavid's one of the greatest things I've seen in a long time.
or you have to stop McKinnon, Rantanen, Landeskog, and all.
Piece of cake.
That kid
Piece of
McKinnon
cake.
is unreal.
Tim Riley coming in. I don't know this name, or Tim Riley. Or anyway, he says Krumper got hurt last night, upper body. Is that big?
So that is definitely big for Colorado or big for Edmonton because Kemper he's not great, but he's been,
Playing well.
suitable goalie for them. But it was, I didn't watch the game for a little bit. And I turned it back on and I was like, wow, both of the backup goalies are in this game.
It was via. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's Tim, the guy who bought all the beers. What's up, Tim? Thanks for watching, brother. Oh my God, I'm sitting there like, Tim, who's Tim? I know Tim. Tim's the one that gave me a 2-day hangover. But anyway, yeah. So I'm excited. The Rangers are back on the ice tonight. They got to get it done tonight. And I told Dr. Sean Basinger, who will probably also be in the house, Sean, if you're listening, you want to bring me or like I got two sources. I keep trying to do this. I just want to get to one goddamn playoff game, or I can just pony up and pay the $500 it costs to go to one of these games.
Is that what it is right now?
It's got
About
to
5?
be. I'm assuming it's anywhere close to
Salerno's in Tampa Bay, right? For
he
next
bought
2?
tickets to he bought tickets to Salerno. He bought tickets to game 3 and 4.
Nice.
So, and he's the one who called it. Like
he did.
He called
while
it
they were losing.
while the Rangers were down 2-0. He's like, I just bought tickets to the next round. And I was like, gee, why don't you calm the fuck down, man? This is ridiculous. You can't get excited like that. It's like him doing that. And this guy texted me, like, it's over. Rangers won. I was like, dude, stop. There's like freaking 12 minutes left.
They keep winning though. See that? They keep winning.
I mean, don't do it tonight. Don't come at me tonight.
Just proves the point that it has nothing to do with it, obviously.
Here we go. You're gonna pour cold water on like jinxes and stuff.
Well, like you don't want them to touch the money, and they've done it all week, and they're here. They won.
I understand that, but I still don't.
Case in point.
I don't want it. I don't want that.
It's one of those things we got to turn the phone off. No social media.
But I can't do that either because it's like, my job is to, not a job, but like, I feel compelled to say, let's fucking go every time they score. Like, give my deep analysis. Like, let's go.
It's so funny because during game 7, it was me, you, and Tommy, like literally in the chat. Every time there was a goal, it was like one of us were racing to see who'd be the first one to be like, let's go.
Well, first of all, I guess I got Direct TV. I got Direct. That's why I created it. I was like, I got to create a chat with just these guys who talk wrestling and hockey. But whatchamacallit? It's like I got Direct TV. I might be behind 3 seconds to everybody else. My brother texted me.
You're right.
Yeah, my brother texted me early. Sauce the other day was on the phone with me like, yo, Rangers scored. I'm like, no, they did. Like, what the fuck? How'd that happen?
Rough,
so fast?
Yeah.
So I don't like that at all. So now I can't even check my phone until I'm like, I got to give myself like a 7-second delay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
you got to put the phone like on the other side of the table.
Yeah. Don't look, and like it lights up. You're like, don't do it. Don't look. All right. So anyway, NHL going down tonight. Let's get it done, Rangers. Get two at home, and you'll make me feel like we have a shot at this. We are 8 wins away from being champions. Like, that is insanity. I haven't felt this way since, was it 2015, 14? One of those. Like, we're in it, and the Kings just made us their daddy. Like, that was just
it's sad
so bad.
They were winning like 2 of those games first, like
by
like 2 goals, and still
show me the 94. These guys weren't even born yet when the last time the Rangers won the Cup in 94. My God.
But that's probably like to them is what it was like for us in 94, though. Like, they haven't seen it. They've never seen it.
That was 40 years.
You know what I mean? So it's like, boom. Was it 40 years ago?
Yeah. 40. No, not that. 40 years. The curse was 40 years, I think, before that.
When that happened.
Maybe it was 100 years.
It was a long time.
It was a long time. And it was brutal. And I hated every second of it. Anyway, offer a perk to sponsor to get you out to a game. Hey, Janine, you want to send me to New York? No, I'm kidding. All right, so let's go over some more stuff that happened. And you didn't make a graphic for this, and that's fine. But according to what we've read yesterday, Deshaun Watson got crushed for a 23rd time. There's another case that comes forward. Rob, you have details about this. This is just...
Yeah, I have some details, too.
Do you?
Yeah, I read the whole thing.
Yeah, me too.
Is it worse than all the other 22 of them?
It is. It's worse because
worse?
there's like...
Not
there's
really,
like a madam involved now, and there's actual texts, and like the girl quit her job after the 3rd incident. If all those things line up, then they could possibly revisit this, whatever state it was in, because I think it's a state by state basis. Mm-hmm. So if he was brought up by a grand jury,
it's in Houston,
Texas. Oh, it is.
It was in Houston.
So then they can't but I don't know. It's another separate entity. So technically, he could still be indicted on all these new complaints. Yeah, I don't know if that's the route they're going with it.
What is the hold up?
So here's the thing,
Roger Goodell. What is the hold up?
I'll tell you right now. This is what ESPN reported this morning. So it is. So it is kind of this. So the NFL doesn't have. So like if the NFL subpoenas you, you don't have to show up. They're not the court. You don't have to talk to them at all. So only some of the women they've spoken to. They haven't spoken to everybody because some people doesn't want to speak to them.
Right
now with this whole new thing here, if they were because they were just about ready to lay down suspension and everything else, but this one came out. Supposedly this woman saw the Brian Gumbel thing they released this weekend and was like, well, my thing was similar, so I'm going to come out and say something now. So the NFL doesn't want to. The NFL doesn't get to look at all this evidence and anything like that unless the women want to show them. So they can't just suspend them. Say like Ray Rice. Remember what happened to Ray Rice? They suspended him. Then all of a sudden the video came out and it was 100 times worse. They don't want to have another situation like that to where they only give him 6 games.
And then all of a sudden
they see a video.
Like, when they're saying we're conducting our investigation, they're probably seeing like, okay, there's might be more shit going on.
But the problem I have with that is if they're still waiting for more shit to come out, right? Mm-hmm. Does that mean he's going to be actively playing and participating and all this other shit? That's not fair.
Yeah, it's not fair. You're right. It's not fair.
That's awful.
It's gonna be a bad look for them.
No matter which way you slice this situation, if you do something wrong early to Watson and it comes out like this was all bullshit, then the NFL has that hanging over them, the egg in their face there, which I think is the safer play because it's clear that there's 23 people.
But this looks
there could be a little bit of a. When you have a big case like this and there's a potential lot of money coming involved, you have the lawyer of the accusers that are actively seeking out people And you could come into some situations that maybe people aren't telling the truth. I have a hard time believing that 23 different people are making
Absolutely.
up this story
That's what I'm saying.
runs in conjunction. And now if what they're saying is true of this is the first time that I see actual paper trail evidence with Cash App receipts and text messages. And if the girl quit based on these situations taking place, then there's that.
Now there's lost wages.
He'll be liable for that 100%.
Well, just not
It doesn't
liable,
matter.
but
Like,
No.
But it's
She quit her
very
job.
indicative that
No.
something took place.
Yes.
He just made $1 trillion guaranteed. He can afford all the whatever the hell these girls
it
need.
leads to. I mean, obviously, there's a huge thing, and it's touchy. A lot of us don't even want to even talk about it.
Agreed.
Obviously, but what do the Browns do with
This
the
is
whole
why
Baker
they
thing?
didn't release Baker Mayfield, and it won't be released.
Because
They did
today
say-
they're
they
not
did
going to
say
cut
they're
him.
not going to cut
Right?
Baker.
Why? I
remember-
wonder why.
but remember-
Because we need a competent, as much as you don't like him, a competent backup quarterback to try to lead this
And that
team.
knows our
It could be a
system.
year.
Yeah,
It
it's
could
true.
be a year.
But
You got to prepare for that.
I see you, Scoop.
mandatory
Nice try, bro.
mandatory mini camp starts today for the Dolphins. Will Baker show up for the
Dolphins?
Yeah, mandatory mini camp starts today for the Dolphins. Yes.
So like,
But what do you mean
Baker's on the
Baker?
Browns.
Well, no, I'm just speaking like Dolphins
like when
start today.
no, Baker's
when-
not showing up.
You don't think he'll
No
show up
fucking way. Maybe he will because there's
mandatory?
money
You don't think he'll
involved.
show up? And then this just happened too. So you don't think like I 100% think he shows up
Do you
because
think
it's
that
like,
Baker Mayfield's a better quarterback than Jacoby Brissett right now?
Yes.
Like for a fact?
Yes.
in that offense?
Guy
yes.
won a
I would
division.
say yes.
I'm
to be
sorry.
honest. In that
Despite-
offense, yeah.
Despite having a good, whatever he's
So
had
bad.
surrounded him,
I don't
there's
know.
no way.
Either
Anand
way-
just came in saying they got Brissett. No,
Either-
they don't.
either
Like
way-
they do, but they don't. Like let's not call Jacoby Brissett the answer to a potential 10-game suspension, year-long suspension.
You're right.
Your answer is on your roster.
Could you
and he's
imagine?
been
Could you
there.
imagine being the anyone on the Browns offense and being like, Baker's in the huddle right now? Are you fucking kidding me? Like we got to deal with this guy still? I don't think that's.
Oh
gonna happen.
well,
they're not.
maybe.
They're not gonna. They have to
But
be
as
okay
an-
with it.
as
But
an athlete-
also, we're not going to cut him. You might. You still might. Whoa.
Oh, okay.
You
Hello.
still might have to cut him. That was interesting.
That was
You
interesting.
still might have to cut him. But when we're talking about smoke and mirrors, when it comes to the way NFL executives work, of course they're going to say we're not cutting him because that puts whatever slight
That's the
leverage
trade
they
value
might have.
on a trade.
They up his value a little bit. Nonetheless, Baker, we'll find out. Bailey made an interesting comment before. It was obviously a joke, but he was saying the accuser wasn't actually a female. It was Baker Mayfield dressed up in a wig, trying to get. But no, I don't even think Baker would do that because Baker doesn't want to be in Cleveland anymore.
Baker wants to start in the
I
NFL.
can fix that, but we're gonna have to wait till Dave does the read.
We're good.
I don't. Can they still hear him? He's
No,
probably
we're
still on.
fine. No, we're
Yeah,
good.
it's fine.
Anyway, Watson. It's another mess that he's decided to. For one half of an iota of a second, I was just like, Watson's got to be waking up like, oh man, another one. But then in my mind, like, no, you did all this shit. You knew it was going to come up eventually.
Allegedly.
Yeah, all right.
Allegedly.
I would say
Yeah.
definitely
Get out of here.
read the article for yourself.
Yeah,
because
no,
there's some
definitely
things in
dive
there
in.
that I don't want to necessarily talk about because it's like,
Yeah.
we don't need to
You
say
don't-
what it is.
We
It's
don't know
very
what's
graphic.
really
It's
true, and we don't know
fucking
what's
creepy.
true. It's just I think the
Creepy.
same
In
thing.
any event,
The next day, wakes up
Deshaun
to the
Watson's a
same
creepy
thing.
fuck.
Yeah.
it's just the way it
That's the
is,
best
bro.
way to put
He's
it.
just into some weird shit, and he got in
Um,
trouble. Anyway, new NFL.
So plus 4,000 at Deshaun Watson coming in. At
We'll get into that in a second. But
That's it. That's it, though. Is it
maybe
that
even
much?
better. Plus
Oh,
2,500.
all right, so new places, new faces. There is a report going out, NFL.com put out yesterday, and I piggybacked off it. There's a bunch of new receivers in new places. So we think it would be a fun debate, or maybe it's not a debate at all, of which receiver in their new home will make the biggest impact for their team. And I have a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. 8 guys that have either got traded, signed, whatever. You can rule out Christian Kirk because I just don't think that's a thing.
100%. We can go
Christian
now.
Kirk is on this list. He's a new Jaguar receiver. He's making a shit
I
ton of
think no
money.
matter what, he's not going to live up to his potential or his
Bro, that
contract.
money
But I
is
think
just
he
out
could
of
definitely
control.
make an impact on that.
I mean, sure. But anyway,
I'm going to talk good about
the
Jackson.
comments are firing out already. Glow is coming in saying AJ Brown. He's on this list. AJ Brown with the Eagles, Tyreek Hill with the Dolphins, Devontae Adams with the Raiders, Allen Robinson with the Rams, Jarvis Landry with the Saints, Christian Kirk, we just said, with the Jaguars, Amari Cooper with the Cleveland Browns, or Juju Smith-Schuster, Mr. TikTok himself, over with the Kansas City Chiefs. So I leave this. I mean, the comments come on right off the rip, and they said, Glenn, who I believe is a Dolphin fan, he thinks Tyreek Hill is the steal of the century. Glow might be an Eagles fan. I'm not sure, but he's also saying AJ Brown. What say you, Gooch?
So I'm gonna
Biggest
we're gonna eliminate the guys in the graphic because it's obvious that Devontae Adams, wherever he goes, he's gonna make the biggest impact because he's the best receiver in football. Arguably, you can make the case. So what he's doing to the team, opening things up for Renfro, opening things up for the other guys on the team.
That's the value, I think.
Opening up the running game, giving Derek Carr that true number one that he's never really had. I mean, Cooper was coming into his own, but
he had the drop
he only had one really good season with the Raiders. It gives them the bona fide.
Cowboys gave a first-round pick for him.
One of the best players in all of the league. So it's obviously Devontae makes the biggest impact. Tyreek Hill, what he does with his speed, makes an impact no matter where he goes as well. But I'm not so sure that he's not just a one-trick pony, and we have to see what he's like outside of that high-powered offense.
And I'm gonna see if a quarterback can throw him the ball.
Yeah, well, I think Tua gets a bad rap. He's gonna be fine. I think Tua will get the job done.
Yeah, just based off of all the
all the Waddle's one of the fastest guys in the league,
100%,
and he had a great year. Tua was throwing on the ball for most of that. So I think that Tyreek Hill's numbers will be okay.
Matt Ibanez coming in, host of the Till Mets Do Us Part podcast. He's coming in saying Allen Robinson in Odell's role.
So I'm a big Allen Robinson guy. I'm happy that he's finally off the Bears because I'm a Penn State fan. Allen Robinson being on the Bears, I never really liked that. But I'm not really that glad he's on the Rams either because he's probably going to have a great impact. We'll talk a little bit about Matthew Stafford and what I think of his MVP odds a little bit later.
Do we rule out Juju?
Allen Robinson's, I don't rule out Juju.
I don't rule out Juju.
That's
either.
actually going to be my guy that I think is going to make the biggest impact because he's stepping into a situation where he's going to get clear targets. Marquez Valdez-Scantling is a good deep threat. They have Travis Kelce, but who's going to be the guy that's working the slot for Patrick Mahomes? It's going to be Juju. So you're just looking at the opportunities he's going to get. He's had success in the league before with an aging Big Ben.
Imagine we could do it with I think the same thing.
With this offense, with Andy Reid working him in the West Coast scheme, I think that Juju has a real potential to be a solid number 2-3 fantasy receiver this year, which is what people will be drafting him at. But I think Juju does a good job.
We have a write-in from Glow saying James Washington could possibly be the greatest steal, and I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. He will be the biggest steal of the offseason. No, any juice behind the juice? Jarvis Landry over to the New Orleans.
I think he'll have his splash games here or there. He's pretty much just a possession guy right now. I think Olave, Michael Thomas. They have.
So I'm saying now they got themselves a nice little.
And Kamara catches the ball out of the backfield. I got to see how it works out. He might be just rendered useless at some point in the season.
Kamara's out a couple games. They get
they haven't got suspended
nothing
yet.
We're still waiting.
But we could imagine
we're waiting.
That's coming in.
What do you think the impact for one and former Cowboy Amari Cooper would be? Now that's got to be a debate based off of who's quarterbacking. If Deshaun Watson is your quarterback, then yes, he's getting a same, if not maybe a little bit better quarterback than Dak Prescott. I don't like to admit that because I don't really believe it too heavily, but I'm saying Deshaun Watson's that dude. He's still good, as much of a jerk off that he is. But like, if it's Baker Mayfield or if it's Jacoby Brissett, Amari Cooper's set to rot. That's my opinion.
I agree.
I listen. I said Baker over Brissett, but I didn't say Baker's a great quarterback. I just think that the winning ability, knows the offense, type shit like that. But slinging it around to Amari Cooper, one of the better route runners in the game, I don't know how that works out for him. I just don't.
Baker had Landry and Odell, and
but they both TikTok their way out of business.
I think
with their dads, like, oh look, my son's open.
Targets, no matter what.
When you make an 11,
who else is over there besides AJ's boy, Donovan Peoples-Jones?
David Njoku.
Yeah, they just signed him long term.
Hooper. They spent a ton of money on Njoku. Worst contract in football, maybe. God damn, he's getting
worse than Kirk.
I'm waiting for the Zeke comment. That's coming.
Worse than Christian Kirk. The Christian Kirk contract.
It's up there.
Probably like similar.
Bro, he's getting paid more than Mark Andrews, a little bit less than Kelce. We're talking about Njoku's never had.
And that happens on the heels of Dallas needing to sign Dalton Schultz to a long-term deal. He's a franchise tag right now. So that just like crushes us because all of a sudden you gave Njoku, who's half a man, half a season, never says healthy ever. And all of a sudden this guy's making a whole shit ton of money. We're screwed.
Listen, I like
Dallas
that.
Are going to have to pay out the
I
don't agree with that one bit. You did not see
Christian
Christian Kirk reset any type of market on other like receivers that are better than Kirk got less money because NFL executives collectively all agree on certain things, and they're not going to let a bad deal reset the market because they're just in unison together. It's like, guys, we ain't going higher.
We're not going to let the cons screw this up.
It's the truth, though. You understand how that works.
No, you're right. I think you're saying like you think that
they're not going to be like, oh, Njoku got paid this.
No,
everyone's going to be like, damn, who's his agent? talk to him because he's the guy.
He's the guy
talk
that
If I
got
had
the
to
money.
guess, Drew Rosenhaus, like because he's the agent of everybody.
So nobody's
about
giving
money.
any love
My
to
God.
AJ Brown. How do we feel about that? Just he's not going to be able to do. Is Jalen Hurts the wrong guy for him?
Listen,
Is it that offense?
you know me and how I feel about Jalen Hurts. I don't think he's very good right now. I think he's a good mobile quarterback if you're looking for that scenario. I don't think he has a good coach yet. And I think this offense will, people say they've gotten better with the addition of AJ Brown. I agree with that, right? Dallas Goedert's still a great tight end. I wanted him very badly in the draft when he came out of college. And the outsides now are obviously Devonta Smith, year 2. He looked incredible year 1. I don't know. I don't see it.
I do think that AJ Brown will have a big impact because it allows Jalen Reagor to be what he actually
Reagor
is.
sucks.
But he's not. No, he's not great.
but he can't.
But
be
he's not
his-
a
the
number
player
1 or
he wants
2,
to
so
be.
he gets to now set into his role, understanding that was a bad pick.
Yes.
But now they own the player. Well, I shouldn't say it like that. They have the player, right? So they don't have to put him in a situation where he's going to be asked to be running routes against the
I'm
number 1
trying
corner.
so hard to no sell all the Zeke
The
Zeke pass
Zeke
blocking shit because
trashing.
it's like
Is
2
he a good
days
pass
old now.
blocker or something? Is Zeke a great pass blocker?
That's the
the
running
thing.
that's
That's
the
like-
running thing of why Zeke gets all the reps because he can pass block,
Oh well.
which is not true. I mean, he can pass block, but that's not the reason why he gets the reps. Fuck, damn it, backtracking. Ugh. All right, Cat Boy. You know who Cat Boy is? Any chance?
I think man Capway. My kids
No,
watch.
Cat Boy. You know who
PJ
Cat Boy is?
Masks.
Stephen
Yes.
Jones is more worried about Schultz doing good enough to get a 3rd-round comp pick when he hits free agency. You're not wrong, Stevie. You're not wrong. The Dallas.
So do you think
Cowboys.
the AJ Brown is going to be similar to like what Alshon Jeffrey was for them when they won the Super Bowl?
Sure.
He's a
Sure.
better player than that.
And I think AJ Brown's better than Jeffrey. Yeah, I think so.
I just worry about his knees. He has 2 bad knees. He's had issues with both knees.
So which one of these guys?
See all this shit? It's just Zeke fucking up and down. What?
So which one of these guys do you think will at the end of the year will have the most yards? AJ Brown.
most yards?
Yeah, AJ Brown, Tyreek Hill, Adams, Robinson, Landry, Kirk, Cooper, Juju.
Devontae.
You really think so?
I think Renfro's gonna eat that up a little bit on the underneath shit. I would have to go with the biggest deep threat here, and that's Tyreek Hill. But then you got the Waddle out there doing the.
You don't think
the Waddle.
Juju's gonna be up there? Maybe. With
I don't know if a guy like Mahomes has another 5,000 yard season, which you look at
What
that
do
and you're
you-
like that makes sense.
what do you
Where
think?
the hell are all these yards going? Yeah, Juju's gonna have to get a bulk of it. Yeah, I would assume.
Devontae's going to be like a 2nd-round pick and probably deliver on the draft value. I can't see how anybody's not saying him, and I'm not being biased. He's not even
Ryan
on my
just
team
said him.
anymore.
Devontae's.
We're talking about a guy that's reunited with his college quarterback. Look at the numbers. I know it's college. I know it was out in Fresno where nobody plays defense, but he had like 25 touchdowns in a 12-game season, 1,700 yards. Devontae and Derek Carr are going to
in college. In college. I understand what you're saying.
All right, but you're now Devontae Adams is in the NFL now.
I understand that, but
He's the best receiver.
you're
in
also
football.
playing in a league that in
No
a
Cooper Kupp.
conference which is every team in that conference is pretty good.
I
You know
think
what I mean?
that I think Kansas City's secondary is horrendous.
Now they lost
right?
the Honey Badger too.
And
So.
I think the Chargers have a really good secondary, but I think Denver, they're good against slot receivers typically, but they didn't really do well against guys on the outside last year. And Devontae is almost the guy that it doesn't matter who you have. You look at what he's done against Ramsey. You look at what he's done against big time corners, and Devontae usually delivers at least an adequate game.
I'll settle this right now.
Scoop coming in and say Kirk is gonna be top 10 in receiving yards.
Yeah, because he's the only one there. So yeah, that's
not.
called by
Maybe,
default.
maybe.
Scoop.
I mean,
We'll settle this
he's
right
never
now.
had even 800 yards in a season.
I'm
But
throwing this question. We said Brown, Hill, Adams, Robinson, Landry, Kirk, Cooper, and Juju. I throw it to Madison. Who's going to lead? Who's going to make the biggest impact of all these receivers that are in new places? And if you say Kenny Galladay, I'm going to throw you out. Tyreek Hill. She's going with Tyreek Hill. She's with it. I'm with it. You agree over there? You good?
I do agree with that.
I do agree. All right. I do declare. So there you go. There's the answer. Tyreek Hill is going to be the biggest impact because the intern said so. So with that, speaking of Tyreek Hill and all that bread, he's not going to have to worry about any kind of running out of money in retirement. You know why? Because he's got Fusco. He's got our guy. He's got Michael Fusco. If you want to go over there and help him out the microphone as I do this read, stop worrying and start planning. I'm going to read this really slow. Start planning. A comprehensive retirement plan gives you the security and greater control over your money. Michael Fusco can help. As president of the Fusco Insurance Agency, Michael can help work with you to create a comprehensive retirement plan. He'll explore using life insurance and annuities to help you build a more secure future so you can worry less now. Call 718-701-5787 to schedule your complimentary consultation. That's a consultation to the con man. That's 718-701-5787. Guarantees and protections are subject to the claims paying ability of the issuing company. Some insurance policies are not available in all states. So there is the read. And by the way, a shout out also to Dr. Chuck, who's going to be helping me out around 2:00 today as I skip out of here and hopefully get this wisdom tooth thing. You got your wisdom tooth removed? Yeah. Does it suck? It's not fun, right? You know what? A cookie to third day. Oh, that makes me happy. You get your wisdom teeth out? Yeah. Does it suck?
I didn't have any problems. I was back eating like
all right. See, this is making me a little happier here. This might actually. Oh, Jesus Christ. Damn it. Like, I'm trying to. Hey, intern, the other intern. Anthony's coming in, or former intern. Two interns? That's right. 2. Great job, guys. Go get yourself a slice of pizza. Scoop's coming in with a $1.99 donation.
Bro, how much do you think a slice of pizza is?
By the way, it's like $2.25 minimum, you cheap bastard. Anyway,
all right,
hit them with the new Father's Day
it is,
stuff.
Of course, June. So, Father's Day is right around the corner. And our friends at Manscaped are here to ensure that all the father figures out there are looking daddy material this June. Manscaped.
Is this the read? Is this literally, you didn't write this, right?
Dave, I would never write that.
Y'all looking like daddy material now.
Looking like daddy material this June. Manscaped's Performance Package 4.0, which includes the Signature Lawnmower 4.0, the perfect bundle to take any and all old man hair from the hair from head to toe. This right here is no dad joke, Dave. Treat him and yourself to all 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer. Get 20% off and free shipping with the promo code CHOPSPORTS. So obviously you guys know all about what they come with. It's the performance package combined with the boxer shorts. You get everything. You get the lawnmower 4.0, you get the crop trimmer, you get the ball reviver, you get all the stuff that you lather up, slide down, in, out, around and about. Head on over to manscaped.com. Use the promo code CHOPSPORTS.
This is where we lose Madison.
And there we go.
Dave, we're getting questions in the comments.
I read from the paper because today's June and they didn't give us this is the brand new read. I'm answering questions in real time. So like I don't have the graphic to go over it.
Yeah, no, it's Father's Day right here.
It goes over it. And this is like we have new talking points today.
Dave, we're getting Patreon questions in here. People want to sign up.
Patreon.com/Chop Sports. You can sign up there. There's $3, $5, $10 a month. You can support the show. That's there it is. He's going to bring it up again. Patreon.com/Chop Sports. You can become a member. You'll get some exclusive merchandise discounts right off the rip. And then we'll get you a gift card and stuff like that. You can get some merch shipped out to Cali if you're talking about this, Ryan. And a Dynasty member, you'll be getting some exclusive behind the scenes stuff, some picks from Kyle in the fall. There's going to be a whole bunch of shit. So there's Patreon.com. Second plug ski. There you go. Yeah, explain with the 10-month. All right, I just did. I mean, there's going to be a lot more. So yeah. What is Scoop saying? Seriously, I'm seeking counsel on how to get this back.
Oh, Scoop wants his refund for his $1.99 he sent them.
I said, Venmo me back. Yeah, I will. Bro code. He'll know that. That's an inside joke. Anyway, let's move it on. There is some futures, ladies and gents. By the way, I understand that there's an NBA championship series to talk about. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. There's also, obviously, the NHL goes down tonight. We'll talk about that tomorrow. But we're in this whole shebang, this whole media craze for the money. Everybody wants to make some money, so we have to start talking about some value picks as far as some futures and some bets on that regard. Just the other day, we had our guy Kyle Kerms come on in here. The sauce himself was in here. We were talking about week 1 spreads. Believe it or not, yes, Nick, you missed that one, man. We actually picked week 1 games in May. So that was interesting. Like, who the Giants, how much are they going to lose by? Madison, what is your team? Are you a Giants fan? Yeah. All right. Won't hold it against you. It's all right. But anyway, there's a bunch of future stuff that we want to talk about because these are some value bets that you might want to get on now because they're going to pay you better now than you. I'm just saying, like, if somebody has a shitty preseason or stubs their toe and they're like, oh, I don't know about this anymore, you got them at a higher value. So where do you want to start, Gooch?
we'll just go down in order here.
MVP?
Going with the MVP.
Okay.
So MVP odds, it has Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen as the clear favorites at plus 700. Brady coming in at plus 8. Rodgers 9. Herbert at plus 1,000. I think the first real value here is probably Justin Herbert at plus 1,000. When we're talking about the rest of the guys, Josh Allen, like plus
Madison, just I love him.
Plus 700.
He's dreamy.
Plus 700 is value anyway at this point. You would imagine that these guys, those numbers get chopped in half. I think Rodgers in December was like plus 400 to win MVP, right? And he was pretty much going to win it. So anybody right now is decent value. Plus 700 is good value across the board. But really good value here is Matthew Stafford at plus 1,400.
Really?
I know AJ last year, that was his pick. And if Stafford didn't have a rough month where I think he was more injured than people thought, he would have been in the top 3, I think, in MVP. They only had a month where they didn't play well. The Rams lost 3 or 4, and then I think that's the only games they lost all year outside of the last week.
Same odds as Matthew Stafford, come in with 2 other quarterbacks, and that'd be Dak Prescott, Russell Wilson. Any value in that?
I think Dak losing the receiver really hurts him. I know that's why Rodgers' value is I'm not looking at Rodgers as a potential MVP because it would be really egregious to say that he's going to go in and repeat an MVP performance without the weapons that he had. So that would be ridiculous on my part. Equally as ridiculous to think that Dak would be a better value than Stafford. That's not to say that Dak doesn't have some value. It's just it's hard for me to see it based on the weapons around him, which you need in the NFL.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's see where else you got any deep dives on the MVP. The first running back or first non-quarterback coming in at plus 4,000 with Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry. I saw a video yesterday him running uphill. He's such an ox, bro. This guy is such.
I think
a
how
beast.
long it took him to get him to start too. Like he didn't start right away. Like they held him down.
They
for
literally
2 years.
they have Jonathan Taylor and Mac Jones at the same.
But no, here's
Mac Jones is plus 5,000, and so is Jonathan Taylor. Like that's
you skipped over one glaring one, and that's Trey Lance at plus 4,000. He's the same. So you're telling me Trey Lance has the same likelihood to win MVP than Derrick Henry? Are we kidding with that? That make any sense? Trey Lance hasn't taken a snap.
It does make sense.
And he only played 1 year in college.
It makes sense based on the fact that look what NFL players that haven't been quarterbacks had to do in the season that they won an MVP.
Yes.
It's absurd. So Derrick Henry, look what he's done the last couple of years. How many MVPs has he got?
Who?
Derrick Henry. None. Case in point. So it's really,
but it's hard
really
for a running
hard.
back to get. You got
That's my point. So if you look at when Lamar Jackson became the MVP, which is another guy I want to talk about, because if you look at the offense that Lamar Jackson's rolling out this year, it's almost identical to the offense he rolled out there in his MVP.
Oh, season. So you actually kind of lied because you said that Derrick Henry was the first running back that was
very good joke.
Lamar Jackson's
very
up there
joke.
As a running back for plus 2,000.
But if you're looking at what Trey Lance might be bringing to the table,
he might be the same guy
for that 49er team. He might be a very Lamar Jackson-esque type guy, the way he takes the league on by storm with the athletic ability, the ability to run the ball and be the dual threat. And the 49ers have a good roster. So it's like if they win a ton of games and they go
if they keep Debo.
Debo's not going anywhere.
I feel the same
didn't
way.
Even trade Jimmy
I feel the
G
same
yet.
way. Yeah, that's crazy.
He doesn't budge. So I'll give him that.
Ryan, listen, I'm just going to pour cold water on this. He's absolutely factual. All those numbers that he's throwing out there are absolutely facts. Just believe it. Okay. Believe it. And one day Kyle's going to own Chop Sports too. He is worth what he says he's worth. Anyway,
yes,
that's not false. Do I have a third page yet? I mean, there's a couple guys that are Baker Mayfield plus 8,000.
I think that
you want to hear something funny?
There's also some value in Derek Carr. I talked about what he's got, those weapons, Waller, Renfro, Adams, Jacobs.
Bro, first of all, can we also talk about the same odds here for one Baker Mayfield, right? Who doesn't have a starting job yet. Same odds, Carson Wentz at plus 8,000. So that just goes to show you how much trash bag Carson Wentz is with the Commanders.
It makes you think like
Deebo Samuel's out there for plus 10,000. Did you say that already?
No, and then
plus
so
10,
is Daniel Jones and Justin Fields. So don't even bother.
Right? Save your money unless you want to put like one of those $2 bets out
No, but
there.
if we're doing a deep dive here, who's the lowest quarterback that might? Zach Wilson plus 15,000.
Boom.
But like
done.
that makes
Lock
sense though. But that makes sense, right?
Like Zach
because
Wilson too.
He's not, but he doesn't even have a chance. Like unless like he has this outrageous year.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean? That's gonna happen. But
I like the Jets this year. I already went on record saying I like the Jets.
But not for Zach Wilson to win MVP.
Trevor Lawrence
though.
at plus 8,000. I'm gonna
we just
donate some money there.
Just
maybe
maybe
somebody just fart out of their chest. What was it? It sounds like
no, that was me. Relax over there with the bowel movements.
But
I'm all
listen,
right.
do you think the NFL, like this is obviously every year could be the last year for Brady or Rodgers, right?
Mhm.
So even if those guys go out there and throw 4,700 yards and make the playoffs,
Are they going to gift them the MVP the
Yes,
way they
is
did
my
to Steve
question.
Nash over Kobe? No.
no, not like that.
Oof. Remember that?
But obviously like that. What do you mean no? You don't think that would
I don't
happen
think
at
that they're
all?
going to gift because then why didn't Brady win it last year?
Because he didn't even. I don't know why, to be honest.
And
Well,
Kyle-
Rodgers was better last year, though.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like they're going to give it to the guy that deserves it.
Kyle,
I think if anything, people hate Rodgers, so they won't give it to him for that.
well, I understand stats don't lie, and I'm a big component on that. You say 27 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. He lost to the Jaguars when it meant the most. I'm sorry. You suck. You suck. You're
I
absolutely
think what it comes
garbage.
down to is that Carson Wentz does everything very decent until it's time that he has to do something a little better than decent, and he fucks up.
Yes.
Let's talk about the Colts for 1 second, though. Let's think about that. They signed him, right, that same year to lead them. Obviously, he loses the last game, and the Jaguars doesn't make the playoffs. Do you think, like,
And they gave up on him
And-
quite quick.
and that's
quite
what
quick.
I mean? Think about that front office that was like, you know what? We're gonna say this was a mistake, and we're gonna move on and get Matt Ryan. Dude, would you
Not only
like
that,
that?
not only that, they went out. Frank Reich went out and said, "Give me big dick Nick Foles, bro. Give me Foles back in the mold, bro. That's big.
Do you like that?
That's
Yeah.
to me, that's a testament to saying, like, all right,
we
the
fucked
Eagles
up.
had the wrong guy, and we brought in Foles, and he won a Super Bowl.
So
We also had the wrong guy again.
but
I want to bring
you
back
know
in
what I
Foles.
haven't heard. Like if it was the Eagles bringing in the Nick Foles, you'd be like, that's terrible for Jalen Hurts' confidence, but it's not terrible for Matt Ryan's.
Well, Matt Ryan's on the back end of his career. He's got no legs left.
Even more reason why he needs some confidence. It's like-
You're right, though,
You're not
but no,
wrong.
you can't.
Right?
I get
You're
what
not
Dave's
wrong.
saying, though.
Anyway,
I do understand like the element of the young guy trying to like massage his ego a little bit and kind of keep him understanding like you're the man, because the younger guys might need that. Matt Ryan might just have the chip on his shoulder and it might be of benefit to him
You
to
think-
bring in the guy to make him work hard.
You think Sean Watson's going to be having a young guy massage? Damn, it's like easy at this point. God, it just does it itself.
Probably not. But
Probably not.
speaking of the Colts, we could go over to the defensive player. of the
Yes, let's
year,
do that.
right?
Defensive player.
Some little futures odds. We'll spend a little bit less time on this because it's far less interesting. But
No, I didn't see what you said about the group chat. Sorry, Kyle. I'll check after that.
It's about a quote Michael Pittman.
I
said
love
about
Michael Pittman
about
Jr., by
Matt
the way.
Ryan.
He's the man. So
all right, so plus 600 Myles Garrett, plus 650 TJ Watt, plus 750 Aaron Donald. Real value coming in for the first time at plus 1100 Micah Parsons.
yes, sir.
That's probably the value.
Yes,
I
sir.
think it could be his to lose this year because that the defense is now built around him. I'm not saying he wasn't confident going into last year, but now he knows he's the man. So you could expect Micah Parsons to make a leap, which is scary. Dave, I'm going to stop talking now because I don't want to get you all excited about your boy.
Ooh.
But if I'm looking deeper and deeper into this, Darius Leonard's the one name that stands out to me at plus 3,000 because the Colts defense is really good. He's just a machine at
What about Danielle
forcing
Hunter?
fumbles.
+4.
the most forced fumbles, I think, by any player over the 3-season stretch, and he did it all in 1 year.
Mm.
Like Darius Leonard just strips every single person and I'm not talking about.
Yes, I got you.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Good ball stripper.
Danielle Hunter, I know Kyle's big on him, thinking that he's going to make a big impact for the Vikings at plus 4,000. Everybody else, it's a really crapshoot with defensive player of the year. Outside the top 5 or 6 guys, I think you could maybe get some value, eliminate but almost any corner you could take out of the equation.
100%.
I think there was a little bit too high. Like it's one for whatever reason, I feel like the pass rushing ability, the pass rushing position, whether you're edge or defensive tackle, that actually, I think that should be top ranked. Just like you said, don't talk about any corners. They put Khalil Mack at plus, what was it, 2,500? I don't know about all that. Like he rushes the passer well, but we don't know what he's going to be doing with the Chargers. It's going to be different. Those odds are a little weird for me.
It's good value there, no? I mean,
I
I
don't
don't
know,
think
man.
he's going to be that. I
It's
don't
a
think
good
he's going to win
value
it, but
for the
but
money.
we're looking at, you got another guy on the other side now that he hasn't had. I mean, he's played on some good defensive lines, but that defense in itself
Not a
is
Bosa.
loaded.
You got a Bosa,
Their
that's
offense
right.
is good. So it's not like you're just playing on a defense where the offense is going to slow the game down. Like the teams are going to have to try and score on them. Teams are going to have
Yeah.
to throw on them, and it's going to be pretty easy
He'll
to
be rushing
decide
the
what they're going
quarterback
to
a
be
lot.
doing
Yeah,
in,
we'll see.
in the third quarter on. You know,
Mhm.
they're going to be throwing the ball because the Chargers score points.
Now, why do you think that? a corner is not worth as much value as a linebacker because they don't get as many tackles and
because you can't accumulate stats. The best corners in football don't get thrown at much.
Trayvon Diggs had 11 or 12, whatever he had interceptions wise, and wasn't even in the conversation.
But he had 3,000 yards thrown against him too.
Oh, here we go.
But he did though.
Yeah, but that's
you can have 11 interceptions.
Plays like that, bro. Like you take down. He took down 10% of the balls that were thrown at him.
Case in point, he wasn't the defensive player of the year even on his own team.
Correct. I agree with that.
So it's just really hard for a corner to accumulate the stats that's going to get the buzz in the media, and that's what you need. You're never going to see a defensive lineman that like an interior lineman get it. It's just not going to happen. Just like you won't see a guard get it.
Aaron Donald.
You're not going to see. You'll see maybe a middle linebacker, but he has to be so good at football that he just like
all
Ray
the
Lewis,
tackles. Yeah, pretty much.
The tackles isn't really going to get it done either. It's like getting handoffs in the NFL. You know, tackle is. I guess it does add up if you're like have 200 tackles. You're going to have other stats by proxy, but it's the pass rushers are running that award. No doubt about it.
Kyle, I want to go, by the way. Kyle, he wants to go see Bill Burr.
Bill Burr's like my favorite.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite. I want in on that. When is that? June 18th? Oh, that's.
Yeah, we're definitely going.
I mean,
I love Bill Burr.
Like June 18th, it's a Monday. Is that right?
Perfect.
I mean,
the only day I have.
That means we can definitely go.
May or may not be somebody's birthday, but anyway,
my mom's birthday, but you know,
my wife's birthday. For me to get up. By the way, happy birthday! I'm leaving
for your birthday.
Yes, we'll go for Scoop's birthday.
No, you're going for your wife's birthday.
Oh yeah,
no, it's a Saturday.
Done.
It's a Saturday.
June 18th. Am I looking at the wrong month?
It's a Saturday. Yeah.
Oh, I'm looking at July because it's June already. It is Saturday. I'm lost.
Maybe
all right. Not as lost as Madison on our way here today, but I am lost. Anyway,
we got Super Bowl odds.
No. I wanted to bring up this. This is actually pretty funny. Well, there is Coach of the Year if you want to dabble in that. Brian Daboll, sorry,
the
plus
Giants,
1,400. Giants do coach. Kevin O'Connell plus 1,400 with the Vikings. Doug Peterson with the Jaguars. Mike McDaniel, Brandon Staley, Nick Sirianni. All of these guys have Coach of the Year over every single veteran.
Like, yeah, why?
I don't know.
Because you need a guy that's stepping into a situation to turn a team around. It's very
the
rare.
Vikings coach could definitely.
That's what I'm saying. But it's rare that you see an established coach with a good team win Coach of the Year.
If Mike McCarthy takes the Cowboys to like 12-4, he'll probably win Coach of the Year. You don't think that? You don't think so?
Did he win it last year?
It's a different. It's going to be.
Why are you being offended? It's a fucking fact. If they do that, will he win it? I don't think he will, unless they have it. Like they win their division and like.
Yeah, but that's not impressive anymore.
Let's not look at just what Mike McCarthy is going to do.
If they win back to back, it will be kind of.
It hasn't been done in 20 years.
All you're doing is just solidifying my point. Like, if
that's what I'm saying. That's why I didn't even.
It's hard.
You didn't even hear me say like, "Where's Mike McCarthy?" Like, I just know it's not a thing.
Bailey has McDaniel all the way.
I think McDaniel too. That would be fun because I think his first of all his personality is great for the game, but like I also think that. A Brandon Staley, he was one bad coaching decision away from he missed the playoffs and shit for
what do
trying
you guys think about the potential for Josh McDaniels
over in Las Vegas. Could be. But the one thing I really wanted to bring up is funny.
He had a real bad
comeback. Ready for the top
like
6. Ready for the top 6 of comeback player of the year.
And Jay Cutler was the quarterback.
No, Sean Marino was running back.
New Jersey's own. Right?
Yeah.
So AP comeback player of the year. Derrick Henry leads the odds at plus 350. Now, I guess he was hurt enough to be considered in this.
That's such bullshit.
That's
like the John Morant thing.
Well, right. Ready for the next best odds? Jameis Winston plus 650.
Okay.
Towards ACL. I think that could be
a
thing.
That's
a good one.
This one right here. If the Associated Press, Deshaun Watson at plus 700. If anybody gives this clown show a vote, you should just be stripped of your vote.
That won't happen.
Like, my God, for him to even be listed here is ridiculous. What a comeback. What a story.
What about
wins, beats the odds, and just
what would you say about a guy that didn't necessarily get hurt but was just not good?
Daniel Jones?
No, he's never good. But a former MVP on a new team that some
Russell Wilson
pundits are picking to not Russell Wilson. That's also
keep going. Keep going.
I'm talking about Matt Ryan.
Oh.
Like he fell.
No, you're right. He won MVP.
He wasn't hurt. He won an MVP. If he comes out and he takes his team to a 13-4 record,
that's a good money. That's a good
one
money
seed in the AFC.
And that team's going to be good. And
would you consider a guy
Kyle's
that
coming in from
injured?
McCaffrey?
Would you consider a guy that he's not going to play 2 weeks? But
you're right though. I would never take
anybody ever see the highlight of him getting tackled and they think that like it's like his balance, he defies gravity, and it's like, yeah, he's down. His elbow hit, his wrist hit.
At the review.
It's like
He's down.
Loss of 2 yards on the play.
The Matt Ryan one is interesting.
I like
though.
the Matt Ryan one. That's not a bad play because I think that
but
Colts team's
there
going to be
even odds
pretty
for
good
it? And
offensively.
Do they even factor that in, or do you have to have been out of the league for a little bit?
No,
Now,
maybe because he's on a different
I want to
team.
ask you a question. Speaking of Matt Ryan, do you think, off the top of your head, do you think Matt Ryan going into a situation where he now has one of the better, if not the best running back in football, right? He's got Michael Pittman Jr. He's got a decent
Offensive line's great.
offensive line is stupendous,
Mhm.
right? Do you think this is the best offense he's ever come into, even with all the years in Atlanta?
That's a good.
No.
No, definitely we had way better wide receivers. I'm not talking about Julio.
He never really had much of a running game.
That's what I'm
But
saying.
He won an MVP, and it's hard for me to go against. Like they had
Because he was throwing
Remember
about
how good
Julio
Roddy
Jones.
White
But I'm
was?
saying
Yeah,
Roddy
pound for
White-
pound is this might be the best balanced offense. I guarantee you when he won MVP, that offensive line wasn't that great.
no way.
They weren't
Matthews-
talked about.
I know they had Matthews.
They weren't
That was
talked about.
it.
Look, they had a
calling
20
it like a hot
lead
take.
in the
I'm just-
Super
No, but
Bowl
you're right,
that
though.
1 year. I don't know. Matt Ryan was a part of the reason why that offense was so good.
I mean, they
because
did
he
go
was
to
in
a
his
Super Bowl.
prime, but it's hard for me to say that. It's hard. Just forget about that. They had Shanahan too. So
That's a good point too.
Shanahan, I think the coordinator has a lot to do with it.
See, you said Bailey coming in and saying he had a good running game with Devonta Freeman.
He
Freeman was
that year.
good. Yeah, no, he was good. I just don't think he's Jonathan Taylor.
Was
is what I'm
Steven
saying.
Jackson on any of those teams?
I think so, but
No,
that
but they
was-
had two running
was-
backs
he was
though. It was
kinda washed
Devontae
at
Freeman
that
and somebody
point.
else. Devontae Freeman and they had two. It was two running backs.
well, he had Tony G, Michael Turner, Julio Jones, Roddy White.
That's a good.
That is a good
squad.
team, but again, like I
Michael
said,
Turner-
I'm trying to stack it all together. Like you could put
It was
Michael
Michael
Turner,
Turner,
you could
Rob.
put Michael Turner and Devontae Freeman, and I don't think both of those guys don't combine to Jonathan Taylor's ability. I think so. Then all of a sudden you have a better running game.
Okay, so
there.
So the question is, they have a better running game than but now let's talk about Julio Jones and Michael.
I mean, Pittman, he had T.Y.'s gone. I don't even know who else he has over there. That's a shame. But isn't your boy
Alec
Funches
Pierce.
over there?
They have Alec Pierce, Michael Pittman, Calais Campbell. Not Calais Campbell. Paris Campbell. Yeah, from Ohio
solid,
State.
but like not Roddy
Yeah.
White.
No, absolutely not. T.Y.
I
Hilton's
think
not
it's got to
there.
go to Atlanta. Two things.
Tevin
One-
Coleman was the other guy they had.
Two things.
Sorry
though.
to interrupt your workflow, AJ.
One being that that Atlanta Falcons offense was really good. They did it on the field. They proved it. Matt Ryan won an MVP there. Got to see what this
Defense was
offense
good,
is all
too.
about. And I think that the main issue here is that Matt Ryan in his prime made that offense tick, whereas Matt Ryan at whatever age he is now, he could be the what's like holding them hostage in somewhere.
So why would they sign him?
It was
That's like a team.
it was
That's like a team
upgrade
taking.
than Colton
That's like
Wentz.
a team taking a chance right now on Drew Brees.
Are you asking me why they signed him? I have no idea. I wouldn't have done it. I think that I would go after Jimmy G before I went after Matt
I would have
Ryan.
rang Andrew Luck's phone until he picked up. Like, bro, please come.
But that's not to
back.
say that I think that they might have a reason for going after Matt Ryan that I just don't.
He might
know
be
about.
a bridge to the next thing.
Yeah, Jimmy
No.
G might be looking for a situation where he wants to be given the keys a little bit more. Where Matt Ryan comes in on this 1 year, 2 year.
You don't think he would have been given the keys to Indianapolis, Jimmy G?
I'm just saying that.
Not right this second. If they have Matt Ryan already.
No, before the Matt Ryan thing.
Oh, I don't know.
Obviously, they were.
Also,
they
what
were
did
done
I don't
with
think
him.
he
what did
deserves
they
the
give up
keys
for
to
Matt
anything
Ryan?
right
What did they give
now.
up for Matt Ryan?
Like
I
a
guarantee-
fourth or some
Yeah,
shit.
so I
Like,
guarantee you that the way the 49ers are hanging on to Jimmy G and the fact that they're not, maybe they're committed to Trey Lance, but understanding that it might not pan out and we have a playoff caliber team, we could win with Jimmy G because we've proven that. I think that there's value in Jimmy G being on the 49ers.
Yeah.
So they wanted more.
He went to there for a third-round pick.
said third.
Yeah.
What did I say? Third or fourth? Well, whatever.
I can't imagine Jimmy G getting more than a third, but I would say that they might have made the offer to the same team to the same offer to the 49ers that they made to the Falcons, and the 49ers turned it down. That's my guess.
Gotcha.
So they did offer.
I
him,
I
probably.
can't imagine that they would take Matt Ryan over Jimmy G.
All right. Well, there are your future picks, ladies and gents. Go make them now. Put some coin down on them. You'll make some extra money now because, again, the odds will probably change multiple times before the season starts. But that is BetMGM. We got them off of there. But I'm sure the books all over the place, whether it be FanDuel, DraftKings, whatever, have different.
And yeah,
different
Kyle,
odds.
there's obviously that element of it too. And Julio
Yes.
Jones and
I
Tony
forgot all
Gonzalez.
about the fact that he had Tony G over there, too, which is like,
and Shanahan
Talk
in
about
the at the point where he was like the up and coming
Yeah.
guy. He was,
Offense
he
coordinator.
was the best
and their
offensive
defensive coordinator
in football
/
at
head
the time.
coach, Dan Quinn,
Or arguably.
was also that dude. He's now our defensive coordinator. Proud to have you, DC. DQ.
Well,
sorry,
Quinn was in Seattle
as
at that
DC.
time.
Huh?
I think Dan Quinn was still in Seattle at that time.
In 2018.
No.
Yeah, he was a Legion of
Oh,
Boom.
Mike Smith was still the head coach, the
Yeah.
white-haired guy. Anyway,
The white-haired guy.
yeah, I remember it looks like my stepdad. With just slick back white hair. All right, so yeah, Matt Ryan slander not allowed. Matt Ibanez, Ibby's a big component on Mr. Matt Ryan. So in any event, that's a show, ladies and gents. Tomorrow, obviously, we'll talk about the Rangers game 1 win. That's right. I'm putting it into the universe. So it's going to happen. Rangers will be up 1-0 tomorrow. If not, Nick will get his first taste of just angry Dave. So that'll be tomorrow. We'll also preview the NBA Finals because they needed 18 days off before they played game 1. Game 1 goes down tomorrow, Golden State, Boston. So actually, you didn't make your pick, but I guess I'll just throw it to you now. Rangers, Lightning. Who wins the series, Gooch? Just do it, man.
Tampa Bay in 5.
You're a piece of garbage. I'm here to tell you that the Rangers are going to win this thing in 6.
Watch when they win in 5.
Rangers in
guys,
6.
I never watched a hockey game my whole life, and I'm right. How does that work?
Rangers in 6.
How does that work?
Nick?
Let's see. I think
Tread lightly.
Honestly, you're not gonna like this. I think it's gonna be a 7-game series.
You said that yesterday. Give me a pick. Who's winning?
Tampa
Who's
Bay.
winning tonight?
No,
Or
the series.
Series? The Rangers.
Not my man. Madison. Who's winning the series?
I think that Nick just lied right to your face.
Right to my face.
I did not.
Madison does not have an answer. She does not want to put herself in any jeopardy after day 1. So let's go,
Rob,
Rangers.
Rob,
Let's.
who do you pick?
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that
It's not a limb.
No, I am seriously. Tampa Bay hasn't played in like a week. Igor's playing outstanding. I'm gonna say the Rangers beat them in 4, sweep them.
I'm sorry.
I really
what?
do. I really believe that. And I've watched every game so far, pretty much every game in playoffs this year for hockey.
Sweep.
I really think they're gonna sweep them, dude.
See, now I'm upset.
Lightning.
I
in
really
5.
do.
Now I'm upset. I say they're going to win the series in 6. This guy's like, nope, not even going to lose a game.
Kyle says Knicks in 6.
Knicks in 6.
So-
I'm for it. So for Sturch Gooch, we welcome back Nick into the office for the second time. Welcome Madison to the show. And of course, for producer Rob behind the proverbial glass, this has been another episode of the Chop Sports Daily. We'll see you guys tomorrow with some NBA championship preview. So yeah, we'll see you then.
Oh man.